Hey guys, Troy here, back with another video today. Today, I'm finally back with more on basketball cards, and more specifically, I'm going to be giving you my NBA draft reactions and investment advice. So I know I'm a little bit late, but hopefully this is even better since it's given us all time to kind of wait for free agency to happen a little bit so we have a better idea of what exactly these rookies' teams will look like, and also more time for us just to digest and think about what their potential rookie seasons are going to look like. Let's talk about all the rookies. Overall, what kind of trends can you guys expect? And first off, let me just say that almost across the board, all the rookies from when they're released, their prices will be lower at the end of the season. I mean, you can see a similar trend even from this year, with the exception of a couple players, even with the massive basketball and overall card market boom that happened in the middle. But especially if you take that into account, the starting point for the rookies to where they ended at the end of the season, decline for sure, and a significant one at that. Because you have to remember that potential superstardom is factored into every player who's gotten drafted before they've played. If you're looking at just randomly, the 18th overall pick, on average, what is their season going to be? They're not going to be a starter. They're not going to be even much of an impactful bench player. They're going to come out and average 10 points per game. And that's not something that gets card investors and collectors excited. So their prices are going to be low. But at the same time, before they've played, they always have the chance to be a Giannis or even to have a season like Tyler Hero had. Because of that lottery ticket potential, that's priced in. So almost everyone at the beginning of the season is going to be, fairly expensive. So let's say there's someone you really believe in, maybe similar to someone like Sekou from this past season. You can pick up Sekou cards right now for cheap, and he still has the potential to be, it's kind of weird for me to say this, but it's true, I guess, technically has the potential to be a superstar. If you think someone is gonna be long-term, could be a superstar, that's different than thinking they're gonna have success in their first season. Because really, they need large success in their first season for their cards to even just maintain their price, yet alone go up. Just think, like I said, always use the past to see the future. RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, a bunch of these guys. And it's a little skewed because the card market boomed after some of their cards were released, but RJ Barrett's a good one. He averaged 13 points per game, and his cards went down. 13 points per game is good production, but it just needs to be, John Morant, Luka, Trae Young level for their prices to go up. So that would be just my reminder and my warning. Just be careful. If they don't have that type of production, you could lose. So if you like them, buy them, but just keep that in mind if you're investing, But that's actually the perfect segue to lead me into the first player, and that is Lamelo Ball. Drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. I actually think it's a pretty good fit for him. What Lamelo Ball needs is just to have the freedom to do his own thing. He's going to make mistakes, but I think he's going to learn a lot from them. And the more freedom he has, the more mistakes he's going to have, but also he's going to have those big moments, those big, big baller brand moments that are going to cause fans to really love him. Now, Charlotte picked up Gordon Hayward. They have some talent there already. They have Rozier and Graham, some other guards, but LaMelo Ball has to be their guy. He's going to get all the minutes he needs. I think he's going to be given a lot of shots. You don't, stop developing LaMelo Ball because you have Terry Rozier there. So for LaMelo Ball, instead of going to, the Warriors or the Timberwolves where they have, at least he would be at best the third option. You got, Steph Curry, Draymond, even Kelly Oubre would probably be ahead of him in the pecking order. Or the Timberwolves, obviously, Cat and D'Lo. In Charlotte, I think a lot of nights he's really going to be the guy. So I think that's good for his card prices, good for his development. But the thing is, LaMelo Ball is going to be so expensive. In my opinion, he's going to be the most expensive person from this draft class when his cards come out. There's a lot of hype around him. He's fun to watch. A lot of people know his name. So I would strongly caution against investing in him. They could go up, but I just think a high level of production is going to be priced into LaMelo Ball next season. So if he's not Rookie of the Year or Rookie of the Year level numbers, some big time numbers, his cards will probably go down. And I think he's a super talented player with a ton of potential, but he's a little rough around the edges, so I think he will end up having some struggles in his rookie year. Next player, we're going to skip ahead to the number 1 overall pick, Anthony Edwards. Going to the Timberwolves on, a team at least with some talent. I don't know if I'd say a good team, but Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell. The culture is a little weak there. It's not like he's, it's not Miami Heat or Warriors culture or something like that. And the unfortunate thing about that is it seems like, not even just seems, that's what people say about Anthony Edwards, scouts, everything, that he needs like a strong culture. He kind of needs to be not so much coddled, but like taken care of maybe is the right word. And I'm not sure he's going to get that on the Timberwolves. He's very athletic, has a ton of potential. He's able to get a bucket in certain situations, but at best he's going to be the 3rd option next year. And I don't even think he's going to be that. You got Malik Beasley, some of these other guys there. So with Lamelo, like I said, I don't know if he's going to live up to expectations, but that's more to do with just of how high the expectations for him are going to be. I personally see Anthony Edwards really struggling next year. Because at least if you're on a bad team with no other stars, you can just get shots up and your numbers will look all right. D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns are going to be getting the majority of the shots for the Timberwolves. So without a winning culture there, with the guy who by all reports doesn't exactly have a winning mentality or the strongest mindset out there, I really think Anthony Edwards could struggle. And if I had to guess, he'd be one of the biggest declines outside of injuries or something like that, because he is the number 1 pick, so he's going to be priced as such. And people who don't really know much about him are just going to watch one highlight or just see he's the number 1 pick and buy his cards for a lot of money. But I'm going to stay far, far away. I might pick up a Lamelo or Wiseman, the next guy we're going to talk about, but Edwards, I'm worried about at least his first year. He has a lot of potential. I think he could figure it out. But for me personally, I don't see him coming in and being a star or a real impactful player in year 1, which is what you need or want if you're trying to invest in a guy. Next up, we have James Wiseman, picked by the Golden State Warriors. And to me, he is the most stable in terms of what to expect, and as a result of that, his card prices for next year. Wiseman is super athletic, big body, fast, good rim runner, ton of potential. I'm really excited for him, being a Warriors fan, seeing what he can do. And the thing about him, and the good news about him being drafted with the Warriors, is his floor is like a better version of JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. Maybe even not necessarily, you could make the argument he won't be as good of a player as those guys in his rookie year, but at the very least he's going to have a longer leash because they want him to develop. He should get 6 points per game just off pick and roll with Steph. And if you think about that, 2 lobs, 1 putback and 1 foul, that's 8 points right there. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him, being near double-double territory, or at least having insane per 48 stats in his first year. But that's where I see him, though. I don't see him going much below, but I also don't see him going much above. Because the Warriors are trying to win, so they're not just going to be able to have him out there posting up, doing jab steps, going, oh, hey, James, yeah, go have fun. Try your moves. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to give Steph the ball. He's going to be a role player out there. And it's going to be good for him because he's going to get a lot of easy buckets and he's going to learn how to play winning basketball. But I would just be very surprised if he has like an explosive first year. So I don't see his cards declining that much. Maybe it's hard to say, obviously, without knowing the actual prices in comparison to everyone else. There might be an insane amount of Warriors hype for him. So who knows? Maybe he's going to be the most expensive player. That'd be kind of surprising, especially because he's a big man. That's how I feel about Wiseman. I think long-term, actually, he could be a pretty good investment. But we'll see what it's looking like next year. But the good thing about him is I think we have a good idea of what to expect from him in terms of production next year. But all right, those are my opinion on the big 3. But there's plenty of opinions on those guys out there. How about I give you someone who probably hasn't been talked about too much, especially in the card community. And that player is Josh Green, Australian out of Arizona, a wing going to the Dallas Mavericks in the middle of the first round. I don't think there's going to be that much hype around him. Wasn't putting up crazy numbers in college. Was, if anything, was kind of overshadowed by his teammate who went in the second round, Nico Mannion. So as a result, I think his prices will actually be pretty low. But he has the potential to be an impactful 3-and-D player right from the beginning. Playing for the Mavericks, playing with Luka, he's going to be on TV. Luka's one of those players who makes everyone around him better. And I think if he has solid production this year, which is going to be easy playing off of Luka, with his potential, I think there's a possibility that he gets card investors and collectors really, really excited. He's super athletic. He has an NBA ready body right now, and he's and he got drafted. You know, this video is all about fit. He got drafted by a team that is known for developing players and has a really good culture. So definitely watch out for him. He's one player I'll definitely be looking to pick up. I think you could start hearing his name a lot more once the season gets underway. But alright guys, that was just my quick reaction to the NBA draft. Definitely let me know down below what players you're excited about and which players you're looking to pick up. Also make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to keep the videos coming. Thanks again.